Hey, what's up, Internet? Great to see you again. Thought I'd do a quick lesson today on my arrangement of Do You Believe in Magic? One of the greatest songs ever written. Of course, it was done by John Sebastian and the Lovin Spoonful. And I think this arrangement is perfect if you are like beginner, intermediate level, and you're feeling trapped playing nothing but these open string chords over here in first position, and you're trying to unlock the rest of the neck. Because a lot of this song is just our regular old C, F, and G chords, but we're going to use some different voicings of them and start getting out of that rut, and in a way that's not too difficult. So I did record myself playing this in a separate video. If you want to see that, I'll link to below and have pop up above here. But let's play some Do You Believe in Magic? Alright, so we are playing this in the key of C, starting on a C chord, but we are not starting on a regular old open string C chord here. We're actually going to start on an A-shaped C chord, and that's really the secret of these open string chords. If you don't know, it's that they are movable. And when we're playing different chord shapes up and down the neck, it's really just moving those regular open string chords to the different position to get the different sounding chord, usually involving barring off the open strings. So normally when you play an A, you probably have your middle finger on the G string and the index finger on the E string, but we're going to change up this finger here to free up the index finger for the bar. So we're going to take the ring finger, put that on the G string, the middle finger then goes on the E string. We are not playing A here, we're playing C. So we have to move up a minor third. So the ring finger is then going to close off the 5th fret of the G string to play this note of C. And I am playing a low G ukulele here. The middle finger then covers the 4th fret to play the note of E. And then barring the 3rd fret, really just to cover the top strings to cover the G on the E string and the C on the A string, which sounds like this. That is C major in an A shape using a bar chord. And now this opening, the intro part, the intro riff, the chords are going to go C, D minor, E minor, D minor, and then back to C. That does repeat twice. And we just use this A major shape for the C chord. And we're now going to use the A minor shape for the D and E minor chords. So for that, all you have to do is take this same shape and we're going to lift off the middle finger. And we're on C here, so we have to move up a whole step or 2 frets to D. So for the D minor, now the ring finger is going to cover the 7th fret. This note is a D of the G string, and then we're going to bar the 5th fret on the C, E, and A strings to play D minor. And for E minor, we're just going to move this whole shape up 1 more step, 2 frets, so now the ring finger is going to cover the 9th fret of the G string to play the E, and then barring off the 7th fret here for the C string, E string, and A strings to play E minor, and then it goes back to D minor. And let's try that out. It does it twice, and we'll go over the strumming here because it actually starts on an upstroke. So on this A-shaped C chord, it's going to go up, down, down. Then we're going to move up to D minor, down, down, E minor, down, down, and back to D minor, down, down. Now I'm going to play that whole part and show you how it transitions into the verse. So it's like this. Do you believe in magic? And then on magic, we're just going to our regular open string C chord. And then the main part of the verse is just C and F, which is then going to sound like this. I'm going to pick it up from the E minor here. Do you believe in magic, in a young girl's heart, how the music can free her whenever magic. If it makes you feel groovy, it makes you feel happy like an old time movie. So that C and F, it repeats 4 times there. For the strumming, I am emphasizing that second beat to get a backbeat feel, so it's kind of like a down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. And then I'm throwing in some extra strums in there, so at times I'll do this instead. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. And that's pretty much the strumming for the whole song. That's after that 4th time of the C and the F, I'm actually going to reposition my thumb towards the back of the neck, because I am preparing for the second half of the verse. It's going back into our C, D minor, E minor, D minor. So I am preparing here from this F chord, moving my thumb to the back of the neck. Now I'm getting ready to lead with my ring finger to go from F to that A-shaped C major chord. So it's going to move up to the 5th fret, 4th fret middle finger, and then barring the 3rd fret, and let's hear how that whole part sounds. It makes you feel happy like an old time movie. I'll tell you about the magic, it'll free your soul, but it's like... And now here it goes to a G chord, trying to tell a stranger about a rock and roll. If you believe in magic. And then that whole part repeats for the second verse, exactly the same. And then after the second verse here, I go to a G chord, but we're gonna go to an F-shaped G chord. And now, just like we moved the A shape up, we're now doing that with the F shape, using that same alternate fingering with the ring finger on the G string and the middle finger on the, it's now on the E string, and then barring. And to play the G, we're gonna move up to the ring finger here is gonna play the 4th fret of the G string, that note is a B. We're gonna bar the 2nd fret, and that's going to cover the D on the C string. We then have the middle finger playing the G 3rd fret E string, and the bar is covering the B 2nd fret A string. And that sounds like this. And the reason I'm going to that chord is because the next chord there, we're going to the A-shaped C chord, and that is a nice easy transition from this F-shaped G chord to the A-shaped C chord. This whole shape moves up 1 fret, and then the middle finger comes down a string from E to C, and it's a nice easy transition from the G, F-shaped G chord to the A-shaped C chord. And that all sounds like this. Your feet start tapping and you can't seem to find how you got there. So just blow your mind. And now this is where the instrumental would be, but because I don't have Zolly playing that sweet solo, I just do a little turnaround with the C, F, and G. So starting on this A-shaped C chord. Now I'm going to a D-shaped F chord, which looks like this. And again, this is a movable shape. It's like our regular open string D chord, but it is moved up to the F, a minor 3rd. And now there's a few different ways you can play this. We're going to cover the 5th fret on the G, C, and E strings, and then we have to cover the 3rd fret on the A string, and you can finger it like this if you want, but I highly recommend doing kind of like this double bar. I'm actually using the ring finger to bar on the 5th fret, those 3 strings, and then barring the 3rd fret with the index finger, but you're really just covering the A string. Even if it is difficult for you to play this shape, right now to just force yourself to do it. Get it down until it becomes easy. But it's just this one chord, this one time in this song, so see if you can do it. I highly recommend playing it with this double bar, ring, and index fingers. And then after that, it's just going to the open string G chord for the third verse. So all together, it sounds like this. Your feet start tapping and you can't seem to find how you got there. So just blow your mind. If you believe in magic, come along with me. We'll dance until morning till it's just you and me. And maybe, if the music is right, I'll meet you tomorrow sorta late at night. And we'll go dancing, baby, then you'll see that the magic's in the music and the music's in me, yeah. Do you believe in magic? Yeah. And now it repeats this part here 3 times. Believe in the magic of a rock and roll. Believe in the magic, it can set you free. Aww. Talking about the magic. Do you believe in magic? And here do you believe like I believe? So that last part there, I just do the chord changes a little faster between the C and the F for do you believe to the F like I see F, G. Do you believe in magic? And then on magic there, I go back to this A-shaped C chord with this fancy sounding arpeggio, which is actually pretty easy. It just sounds a little magical, so that's how I like to end it. And for this, what I'm playing is it's holding down this A-shaped C chord. I'm going to hit G, E, C, E, A, E, C, A, E, C, and then strum with my thumb all the way through. And that sounds like this. And that is my full arrangement for Do You Believe in Magic? Hope you enjoy playing this one, and I hope it helps you get out of that rut that you're in playing everything over here in our open string chords. And of course, to support this channel, please like, subscribe, share, comment. Really appreciate all those things. And I wish you all the best. You take care, and I'll see you in the next one.